TikTok Shop is all the rage today, but our guest is going to mainly talk about TikTok advertising, something you can do whether you have a shop or not, and people are having great success with different types of campaigns on there. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. 1, 2, 3. Want to check estimated sales for products you see on Amazon? Or maybe you want to instantly see how many listings on page 1 of a search term result have the actual searched keyword in the title. You can find all of these things out and more with the Helium 10 Chrome extension tool, X-Ray. More than 1 million people have used this tool. Find out what it can do for you by downloading it for free at h10.me/X-Ray. h10.me/X-Ray. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I am your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. We are going on the other side of the world, as we do in many episodes. This time, for the third time, we've got Tamara from Serbia back in the house. She just told me she is in 42-degree heat. Now, that's not 42 Fahrenheit, guys. That is 42 Celsius. Hold on. Let me do something on my computer really quick. 42 Celsius to Fahrenheit. No, you must have. It says 107 degrees. Oh my goodness. That is insane. But thank you for taking a step out of that hot weather and joining us on this show.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for pulling me out from that heat a little bit.
Wow. I mean, I love Serbia, but now I know. I've visited there many times, but never in summer, and thank goodness. I did not know it gets that hot out there. Anyway, speaking of Serbia, was the whole country very disappointed about the almost getting to that gold medal game?
No. I knew it what you're going to ask. I knew it. You can't imagine how it was. Everybody were screaming, yelling. If I do the comments, it will be maybe bad, but I think we really deserve on a basketball the gold one.
Yes, that's still on my bucket list. You've are committed before to take me the next time I go. If I go during like the Serbian basketball league season, I want to go to those games. I've seen the videos and things. It's crazy. They've got like fireworks burning in the stands and everybody chanting and stuff. So we need to go to one of those Serbian basketball games.
Yeah, you should visit, and it's amazing actually when someone is like this time Olympic Games, like when someone is winning, everybody are gathering at the main square, let's say, and cheering up for all the Olympic guys and everybody who won some medal, and it's like really, really crazy with all the flags and all the lights, as you said, a lot of crowd
Yes.
singing the songs, and it's the same when it's like the local games and something like that. So everybody love to, like any sport actually in Serbia, not only the basketball, but it's like that always here. Party,
yeah, you and I were just talking right now about my traveling. And I don't really take a lot of, vacations. What I do when I travel for work, I always try and look at like local sports too, because I love sports. For an American person, I think we don't realize how passionate other countries are about sports, and we have our events here, and yeah, of course, sometimes it gets pretty exciting, but it's on another level in other countries. I've been to baseball games in the Dominican Republic and Japan. I've been to football or soccer games in Spain, and it's like on another level. So that's part of my vacationing is doing sports. Now, we're not here to talk about sports and Serbia as much as I can do a whole episode about it, but this is Tamara's third time on the podcast, so we're not going to go too much into her backstory. But if you guys want to get a little bit of background on how how she's kind of gotten into e-commerce and her journey, go back to episode 332 and episode 455 to see more about that. And 455 was the last time you were on the show, and around that time, you had started your TikTok marketing and advertising agency, but I believe that TikTok Shop had not started at that time, and so it's hasn't been on since we've talked last time. So I'm just wondering, what's your opinion? Like, how has TikTok Shop kind of like changed the game, either just in general, or maybe even changed, if anything, of what you do?
Yeah, so it's changed a lot, the game on TikTok and, selling through TikTok as well. how like it came to our clients. So as we have a lot of clients from the UK and US as well. So firstly, as you know, started in the UK, it was like boom, and everybody from the US wanted to be in the game, you know, like, oh, I want to be on that shop as well. And of course, other countries. So I think it's like a very, very popular team, as you know, probably in the US as well. But in Europe, everybody are like waiting for their time, you know, to shine on TikTok Shop. And as you know, it will be in Ireland and Spain in Q4, and the next in a Q1 or Q2, not sure yet. It will be in German and Spain as well, German and France, sorry. So everybody are waiting on it. And you know, like when that everything happened, everybody was scared about like what's gonna be in like not only US but like other countries because of the Amazon and you know what's going on. Everybody was speculating about it, but like I knew right away because of I have been in the TikTok world since they started with advertising and you know starting to change the game online with e-commerce. Like I knew it's gonna hit like big because I know how they work on it. Like it's a Chinese company and they're working totally different mindset than every other company in US and Europe. I'm sure of it. So and still a few days ago, someone asked me like, "Oh, what do you think about TikTok Shop in US and you know the changes that Amazon made as well with the TikTok?" So I think it's only gonna grow and it has just started. So we're gonna see, you know, the big lights in the future.
Yes. Somebody might think that, oh, an agency that's dealing with TikTok, as soon as TikTok Shop started, they must need to just completely switch their business model and only focus on TikTok Shop. But correct me if I'm wrong. I believe your focus still is not necessarily on TikTok Shop, but just general TikTok advertising, regardless if somebody has a shop or not. Is that correct or not?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I have to answer you right away why it's like that, because we are really focused much more on like building the brand on TikTok, like having the good videos, having good organic presence like on TikTok, and then combining it with advertising. And the shop just goes along with it. You need to have these two first, like especially the organic page and the videos, in order to actually have shop and to be successful in shop. So we are still on the you know, let's say basic things, but you need those, you know, basic things in order to start with the shop. But the tricky part is like we are based in Europe. We are from Belgrade, Serbia. We have team in US, UK, and blah blah blah. But like what is the struggle here, as for some European sellers as well selling in the US, is you have to have like a social security number and other things in the US. So it's very, very hard for us in Europe to set it up and help people, you know, in US to do it. And a lot of our clients are actually from the US. So it's still tricky for us. So I don't want to rush into it and do something that we cannot do 100% like we can do other, you know, things that we have started with. So until then, we're just going to keep it like this because this is what you need in order to even have shop.
I know you do have clients with TikTok Shop. So let's just talk about that little aspect first, and then we'll switch to like the general thing of what you do. But for one of your American clients who or British clients who are selling on TikTok Shop, what is a way that advertising on TikTok can help them? Is it just a matter of it, or it's not like Amazon, right, where you're not taking just a shop listing and making an ad for it? Like everything on TikTok advertising is still video, right?
Yes, exactly. But like when people are scrolling through TikTok, if we are talking about advertising and directing people to your TikTok shop, so how it goes, everybody will see just a regular video on like TikTok, organic video. And when they click on like CTA button, they will be led to your actually shop page or your product on your shop. So they will be still into the app and just buy through the TikTok shop. So it's like very easy to do it, and like very how can I say, like the shortest way for users to do it, because we know everybody are like lazy these days to click more than 3 times. So it's like much easier. And it's I mean, if you have like TikTok shop, I will always recommend go with the TikTok advertising on for your shop, because it's the quickest way, is the most natural way on TikTok when people are seeing the ad. And you know, people are already knowing like how the regular ads are looking like. When I say regular, I mean leading to an Amazon product page or to your website. But like TikTok shop is something totally different. As I said, you are in the app and it's much easier and better experience for the users.
Before we talk too much about strategy and specific things that people can do. In the past, you've given us cool stories about success, stories, and even some of your clients were featured in TikToks by themselves. Like, hey, look at the success our TikTok advertiser had, and they featured your client. So anything in the last year, I mean, you don't have to. The last one you told us who the name was. You don't have to tell us the name here, but anything that you could tell us, like of a cool story that's happened in the last year since we've talked about the success using TikTok advertising that somebody has had, just to get like maybe some people excited about the possibilities.
We have like currently in making one of the again like success stories with TikTok as well. So it is not this time about an Amazon seller. They're selling, but they're also having currently brand awareness campaigns like all over the world, let's say, and we're doing actually the reach and frequency campaign with them. So this will be our focus for this, success story, not like about, leading to an Amazon product page and those things. It will be a reach and frequency campaign, and I cannot wait to show to people and talk about the brand and, how the campaign went and all the videos, how they look like. So it's like a very, very cool campaign that not everybody are talking about. And it's in beta. And as we are TikTok partners, we have the access for our clients, like to unlock it for our clients. And it's like very, very good because, as I said in the beginning, first you need to create the videos to have your TikTok profile and to build your brand actually, like for the ones that wanted to do it quicker way, like at least 2-3 months. But I always recommend to be present as much as you can and to be actually every day present on TikTok and to get to know your audience. They get to know you and you build your brand. So what does reach and frequency do? It's like you book for one day for specific amount, you get specific, amount of views, impressions, and it is just for one day, very big campaign. It will show all over the country to as much as people it can for the budget that you have set. It's like not regular campaign. When I say that, I mean the campaigns are usually like 3K and above when you are leading traffic to Amazon product page or shop or something like that. This one is just one day, and it's like starting from 50K one day campaign, and it's like really big deal, and it's really, really having like a big
50K
success.
is in $50,000 you're having to spend
for one day. That is like the minimum amount, but like what we usually recommend is actually like around 20-25, because more the budget you add, more the impressions and everything you have, of course. But like around 20-25, it's like I think fair enough, let's say, for you and to have like really, really success campaign and brand awareness campaign. It's like really boom on TikTok, and everybody gets to know you on a different note, let's say, because you cannot add one video. Like we always do like 5 or even 7 videos, because we want to show as much as we can of your brand in a different way in one day, and to collect as much as we can about the audience, like which video they have also like interacted with and which way and how. So we can also know and collect a lot of data like about the audience and use it for the next campaigns. And we usually do after that like still as I like to say, regular campaigns like the conversion ones, and to like then play with the data that we got only in one day for a lot of users that have interacted somehow.
So this is more of like a branding play, as opposed to, hey, we're trying to push somebody to some exact conversion.
Exactly, yeah. It's like a branding way fully. It's not like something that will bring you sales right away. It's not like the conversion campaign. It's just for the brand awareness. But as I say, booming in one day.
So then in an ad like that, is there even a call to action or any links to go somewhere? Or it's like you're just posting a video that's very heavily branded?
I would say not heavily branded. You just need to be as every other campaign. It needs just like to look as every regular TikTok video, just to look organic, like a UGC video. You can even use like some influencers video in that campaign as well. So it needs to be organic look, because people are still only reacting to organic look videos. Like even you can put like some memes and some funny videos, It's important, just of course, to mention, because it's a brand awareness campaign, to put like your brand name at least at the beginning of the video or somewhere in the video that will make sense, of course, and to be recognizable and like shown to people so they can remember you as a brand, and that you show off your products good, because again, it's a brand awareness, so you need to take care of it. But please don't make it like, commercial, really like just for the brand. It can be related to some product, but I would always recommend to the clients to be like, maybe show off at least like 3 of your products if you're selling more or something like that, to show off what your brand is, what you're selling. Because if it's some like beauty industry, show off that it's not just like, I don't know, for example, some serum. It is like, you have those creams and I don't know, whatever, different types of the products, so you can show off what your brand is selling. And of course, you need to have like one video at least with your brand story, but not like not like traditional commercial, blah, 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 but to something funny or something educational, TikTok video, actually.
Speaking of advertising TikTok videos, though, am I only allowed to advertise or put advertising dollars behind a video that's on my channel, or I can pick any video out there and say, hey, boost this?
Yeah, so you can use your video from your profile, or you can use the videos from other persons. For example, you have hired some influencer, or you didn't even hire, like someone was creating the video about your product, and you have you saw it and it's very
that
good.
was going to be my next question. Yeah.
Yeah. And you liked it, and you can reach out to that person and say like, hey, we liked your video. Can we, use your video for the ads? And they just, of course, need to accept it. And they go to their settings, like enable advertising, and go to that specific video that you want to put into your ad. And just like, enable for advertising, generate the code, and then copy that code and send it to the client, to us, let's say. And then we implement that code into TikTok for Business, like advertising platform, and we then use that video. So it works for even your profile, because some campaigns when you're creating on TikTok can work on that way and are working better that way. It's like something that we do after 2-3 months. We are taking from the client's profile, actually, the code like it's influencer, because it has a little bit different approach on algorithms. So we are playing with those 2 types, like connecting your organic profile, taking it directly, or taking the code from you. And of course, as I said, influencer or someone, from the TikTok.
That's interesting to know that you have to get the permission and everything like that. So I would just imagine, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, for example, a scenario of, let's say I'm an Amazon seller, and I'm just scrolling around and I see that maybe some or they don't have to be famous, but just anybody did this cool video of like an unboxing, or, hey, what's in my phone, or, hey, what's in my bedroom kind of like video. And it like, just organically, the person was talking about their product. I'd probably want to push that video more. And in most cases, like, because people on TikTok, they're on TikTok to get attention, and I would think anyways, otherwise why are they posting on TikTok? Like, in most cases, does the influencer or creator accept like, that kind of communication? Like, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and allow you to advertise.
Yeah, of course, people are creating those like videos in order to boost their views on their profile, or they're even creating it as they really like the product they have. But like, I think most probably, let's say, they will be like really into it, like to give you like the access for the advertising. But in some cases, if they are like really keen to become some influencer or something like that, they can even ask you for like, I don't know, some product exchange or some money. But like my always advice to every seller is to always offer and start with the products, and then after that negotiate about the money, because in the last, let's say 2 years, I think they have increased the prices a lot. So I have even joking with one of my clients, like, oh, what are we doing here? Let's become, influencers, because some with a lot of followers are even, asking for 10, 20K, US dollars or euros for one video of like 30 seconds, 1 minute. And with this, like, I'm not saying that they're like, not investing their time and everything, but like, I think it's a lot of money for, one video that you can create for, much less time that we need to create that same money with the clients, or, selling the product.
Let's just take a quick step back from advertising. Regardless, again, if I have a TikTok shop or not, maybe I'm just interested in growing my brand presence on TikTok. So we've talked about this in the past, but things on TikTok change so much. What are your words of advice for somebody who is like, hey, I'm going to start a brand channel? So like, for example, I sell coffin shelves. I have a Manny's Mysterious Oddities brand. And so now I want to start a Manny's Mysterious Oddities TikTok, not necessarily TikTok shop yet, but like how often am I posting? Am I having to do these videos all by myself? Am I asking for UGC and then just reposting it? Am I just reposting, not even downloading and uploading, but doing repost of other people's TikTok videos? Is it a mix of all of the above? What's my kind of like guideline or my playbook for getting started with my own branded TikTok profile on the platform?
Mm-hmm. So as you said, like at the end, I would say mix up of everything. But of course, you need to start from something. And I always recommend to client, like, because you need a lot of videos. When I say a lot, it can be a lot to some, people, and not having that much time. You need at least like 15 videos a month. It's like to post it every second day, let's say. And for that, you need like to invest your time and to be present on TikTok, to know like the trends, to know how TikTok functions, to, of course, get the idea like of each video that you want to record, then of course to record it and then to edit, and everything of that takes a lot of time. And usually like a lot of sellers and actually brands don't have time to create the videos on their own, or don't even have the person. And that's when they are calling us, like or agencies like us, in order to create the videos. Usually everybody are asking for the UGC videos, and those UGC videos, I like to say like user generated content, is actually good for your profile as well. Not necessarily from the influencers, but we can create it for you, let's say, from the user perspective. And it looks like a user generated content actually. So we do create those kind of videos. So if you're a brand, you need to start thinking about the videos first, like and your image on TikTok. How do you want to represent your brand? Is it going to be mixed of all the videos, as it is my advice for the beginning, if you don't know, like if you're not sure what you're going to do in the first month? But like, are you going to be educational? Are you going to be funny? Are you going to be like too much aesthetic? Are you going to be something else? How do you want to represent yourself and your brand through the videos? So that's the first and most important thing that you need to know before starting on TikTok. And then, as I said, invest some time into creating the videos, and then of course the advertising as well. But along with that, as you have mentioned, it would be good to send the products to some influencers that you know, or that you can find out, or that you have worked with, and that they are present on TikTok, or find new ones to post about your product, brand, and everything, so that you can, as you said, repost, or that you can use them actually for the ads. I would never recommend that you take from the influencer's video, download, and then upload to your account, because TikTok recognize like the same video on two profiles, and it will not allow then, if your second profile posting it, allow your views to go up. So it's much better to create your own content and leave the influencer's video on their profile, so you can use it for the advertising, as we were speaking, like for the ads. But when building the brand, you need to know like the most important thing, how you want to represent your brand products and everything, and then to know like how much time do you need. And I always recommend to the clients, like if they not having like the budget to hire someone and they have time to invest into all of that, is like at least film 2 times a month, because the trends are coming up. So you want to be, in trends, let's say, to take like at least 2-3 days in a month, 2 times, let's say, split. And then, think about the strategy, the ideas, the copy, description, and everything, and film everything in one day. And then the second you can edit. And that's how you can do everything in like, let's say, in first 3 days of a month, then in the middle. And that's how you will, have better timing on keeping up with the TikTok, creating that much of a videos, having that much of ideas at the same time, and save your time and have more time to do other things except TikTok. But if you don't have time, of course, you can reach out to us or some agency that is doing UGC videos to help you out. As I said, it's a lot of time consuming to create the videos, but you need them in order to be present on TikTok.
Okay, so now let me give you a couple scenarios. Again, scenario A, I'm not a TikTok shop seller, I'm an Amazon seller. And let's just say, hey, got $1,000 a month I want to spend on advertising on TikTok, or 5,000. So first of all, obviously that's not going to, make a big dent. But my question number one is it even worth it to say I only have $1,000 budget to advertise, or that's like not going to do anything? And if so, what's the minimum? But then if it is, there is something that, hey, I can get maybe a little bit of ROI, even at that low amount. What would you suggest the strategy be with such a small amount, like from $1,000 to $5,000 a month?
Yeah, so if you just want to build brand, not to sell at the beginning, because I think it's important, as we were speaking, like to build your brand. So with 600 US dollars, you can have like from 1 to 3K of followers on your profile and run follower campaign and build your brand. Because when people are then later clicking on your profile and, checking organically or with advertising later, they can see that you're having amount of followers like good, and the videos and views, and it looks much, much better and more, like emotionally closed, and then having more trust to your brand. So if it's your budget 1K, I would start with the follower campaign, because that is like much cheaper. You can start with 600, and then if you have, like as you said, 5,000, like then you can start actually doing the conversion campaign, or even combining the follower and then conversion. But like always strategy that you always hear from me, even if we are on the client's call, like the first intro, I will tell you like the first strategy is like in the first month or even 3 months, just run the follower campaign, just build your brand, just be present there for you to get to know TikToks, for algorithm, for the users, for everybody. Then when you have good brand present on TikTok, then you can start with the conversion campaign. And for the conversion campaign, you can start with 1.5K, that is like a 50 US dollars per day. And that is like a decent amount. Let's say that you can have some good performance and good ROI, as you said. But of course, it depends a lot of the numbers and, the price of the product and everything. But I would say that is something minimum that can work. But usually our clients are doing like the minimum of 3K, 3,000. So
like $100 a day.
Yeah, that is like taking having more sense, and giving you more exposure and more. Because when you're starting on TikTok, I just have to mention this. When you're starting, you need to start with upper funnel events. You just need to have like a broad campaign with only limiting to the country and age. And then when you collect like their behavior, how they react to your videos and your brand and your products, then you can go for the lower funnel events, actually for the conversions. You just need to be patient. Of course, it's not like 3-6 months that you need to test, blah, 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 those, things. But like in a first, in the second month, actually, like in the first month you will collect, and in the second month you will already see sales and conversions, and what is your price per conversion, and is it, good ROI for you or not, like, is it a good for you or not? So,
you talk about conversion campaigns. Obviously, if somebody has TikTok shop, you can advertise directly, a video, and then the call to action is go directly to TikTok shop. What does TikTok allow for off TikTok advertising? Like, is it possible to have a link and it goes directly to my Amazon listing or to my website, or what is okay and not for one of those off TikTok conversion campaigns?
Yeah, so you can lead the traffic the ads to your Amazon product page or even to your website. Depends of, what would you like. We can even do like A/B testing, so you can see what people are liking the most. But I would say, of course, with the website, you have the pixel, you can follow everything much, much easier to see all the numbers, conversions, and everything. And with Amazon, like leading to your Amazon product page is a little bit tricky because you need an attribution link, and it works so, let's say. But you need to follow as well your search term report and business report. Why? I think we have spoke about it in the one of the 2 episodes before. Like when people are clicking, they're maybe not necessarily logged into their account there. Like if they're led to Shopify, usually they are led to actually Amazon app, but not every time. So if they're not logged in, they need to pop out and then search for you. So you need to be aware and having in mind to have the keywords that you want to include and maybe even rank for. So when people are, having that issue, let's say, so when they're popping out and they're, searching for you, you just want to be sure to have the main keywords and your brand keywords, recognizable on the video. So when they're typing in, so you can actually shown for those keywords, not someone else. So that is like the journey for the Amazon leading ads. That's why I'm selling, like, of course it's easier to the website, but those on Amazon are working well as well, and it can help you with the ranking, because all of our clients that are selling on Amazon and we are leading the advertising to an Amazon product page, it 100% helps with the ranking when you're leading the traffic from TikTok to Amazon.
All right, now before we get into your last maybe strategy of the day, how can, if people want to reach out to you to get some more information, how can they find you on the interwebs out there?
Yeah, so you can type in like add2ads.com, and you can contact us easily and book a quick call with us, and we do the free audit and check up on your TikTok profile, Amazon pages, and everything in order to help you to start on TikTok. And as we have gave you, like, all the, not you, but like you as well, all the listeners, like last time, like some coupon off with us. This time I'm gonna give like 200 coupon off everybody who come to us, reach out to us for the first month doing any service with us, like social media management and advertising. We give 200 coupon off. And I said add2ads. You can find us on Instagram as well.
Can you spell that? Because ad in English can be spelled a number of ways.
Oh, it's like add to cart, but add to ads.
So 2 Ds.
Yes.
2 Ds is the first one, 1 D on the second ad.
Yes, it's ads. ADS.
ADD. And the number 2.
It's number 2, ADS.
Okay, perfect.
So
perfect.
ADD to ADS.
Now, what is your last TikTok strategy of the day for our listeners?
Yeah, so it would be like, don't forget that the TikTok is TikTok. When creating the videos, please make it TikTokable and organic. Don't think about the, old school commercials. Make it funny, make it educational, give some tips, give it from the user perspective, think as a user. So it is short as it can be, but like think TikTok.
Thank you so much for joining us. I don't think I've seen you this year in person. We got to hang out last year at the European Seller Conference, and I know you've spoken at a couple conferences since then, but hopefully our paths will cross sometime this year or next year. If not, I'll see you again, I guess, when you come back on the podcast in 2025.
Okay, thank you very much for having me, and hope to see you in the future soon as well.